I'm gonna leave the practice hack pulled up and switch to it a lot throughout the review. Most likely. Be gentle. I'll make a lot of notes, probably. Okay. First input. You're already ruining the whole run. It's over. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. I don't know. Do you intend to do a buffer jump here? What you want to do? Okay. So, I don't know if you do this for any other elevators, but especially this one, even if you do like a huge jump like this, it's still just better. Just hold jump as the elevator's coming down and then tap right. And Samus just jumps in place. Rather than like turning, doing the whole turning animation and then jumping. Yeah, so at the start of the run, I just always hold right and jump. You'll get a good feeling for like how long you need to hold jump. How high you need to jump. But it's not hard. And even if you make a big jump, then it's still better. Oh, wait. Sorry, let me... Okay, that seems good though. Okay, let's talk about that too. Sorry if I'm going into like too much detail or, you know, being harsh or whatever, let me know. But something interesting you can do in this game is, some people call it buffered ledge grabs. So when you're running and then you press jump, once you release jump, if you like can, so you're running, holding angle, and then press jump and release jump, she'll instantly angle. And so what you want to do here, oops, is just tap jump and she'll just snap to it. You could also just time this ledge grab, but snapping to the ground here is going to be quite a bit of difference compared to how, sorry, I went really far back. Like, see how high you're jumping? And you didn't break spin here. And when I'm saying stuff like, of course, I don't mean like you're fucking up and you're wrong and you're doing bad, but it's just stuff to notice. You could have landed much sooner if you were not spinning there. Okay, let's keep watching. That seems fine. Actually, sorry, let me do this. No. Okay. I don't know how much of a difference this makes, but you want to jump off of the end of this platform. So do like the buffered little ledge grab. Try and get as tight as possible. And then jump to the stairs. It kind of makes it easier with the timing of the door open. And of course, brake spin before you land as well. Okay. What's up, Moist? Holy cinema. Okay, so same thing there. Not breaking spin. The door seemed fine. But yeah. You almost never want to be spinning when you land in this game. Alright, let me just skip this stupid shit. Let me make sure you're... Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna grill you for like door bonks or... Well, that one was a little rough. Actually, let me talk about that. Yeah. Angle, shot, up, whatever. Just don't land and spin. Because... I'm sure you know, but I'll just show it. When you're spinning, your hitbox is much smaller. So that just means that you're landing later. And then you're gaining your run speed later. As opposed to breaking spin and making your hitbox larger. So you just land sooner and get a running start. So this room is really interesting. For the stairs room, you want to stop like here. You want I hold angle down and run up so that Samus's knee is like in this railing. It's not super precise, but you want to do that. As long as it's a little bit before, then it should be okay. I guess it's not that specific because at your level I'd probably recommend just jumping over this steam. This steam is really annoying. If you do this, then you will always miss this magnet stair and you will always avoid the magnet stair, but just jumping it is ideal for now because it's just easy. I don't know how to jump them exactly because I don't do that anymore. I guess you have to jump pretty early, huh? But you get the idea. Oh, you ran that stair. I would not recommend running that stair. Okay, that's fine. The falling tile room is weird. Going for the deboost is really hard. Yeah, that second magnet stair is actually less consistent. I mean, it worked out there, but I think the steam patterns are just worse for that, and the magnet stairs is much less consistent on that one. Let me skip this. I think you weren't holding dash, but it's fine. Do you know where to shoot here to make this work? I look for this little grass patch right here. Okay, yeah. Just a little door bonk, that's okay. Oh! Same thing as in Ceres. Also, what's up, Gavin? When you're doing this... Okay, I guess I don't have good speed. Wait, I lied about where you shoot. I didn't remember. You want to hold angle and do like the small hop instead of doing like this big jump that you did. You can probably look at like this slope or something, or when you're in the grass. But just doing a tight run through like that. No moonfall's fine. It's not that much faster. It's hard to make it really fast. Good pit room until you shot the door late. I'm not sure if you intended to do that. Okay, so as you're running through here, you can shoot to break spin instead of like right here. You did a little stop and waited for the door. What I do, personally, I shoot on every one to break spin. And so the door is just always open and you don't have to wait at all. But if you're comfortable pressing angle, then you could do like, sorry, I'm washed. I haven't done this in a long time. Like the third one, or do the fourth one. That's fair. If you were able to, oops, dude, I can't do this right now. What? Shoot on just one of them, then that would definitely be better. What was your run time, actually? I mean, it wasn't bad. 4:36 is still like normal, but I noticed you did a little pause there. How do you intend to do the movement here? Let me open this up, explain what I do. So what I noticed was, of course, I imagine you didn't intend to fall down in here. Something that I noticed a long time ago, I saw Oates. I was watching his input display, and he had angle held the whole time, doing like the buffered ledge grab thing. And this was when I was new, and I didn't understand why he was holding the angle button. And I don't really see anybody else do it. But I just hold angle the whole time, and then release jump when I'm up here to get a good ledge grab. Of course, I'm like not practiced right now, but I would kind of recommend that to everyone. It feels very good. I mean, timing the angle press is not hard by any means, but it's like just removing one extra input that could fail, you know. And then of course the little jump down. I don't even remember. I guess I don't break spin on this one. Maybe you do. The jump speed for this is kind of peculiar, so I should let full rooms play out before going over stuff. Okay, there's another thing. After doing this, you want to wall jump check the morph ball. So before I'm hitting morph, I'm pressing right. Oops. And then doing a wall jump like instantly after the fanfare is very lenient to time the wall jump. And you also just pick up the morph ball sooner. So I try to press right just before grabbing it, you know how wall jump checks work, I'm sure. What's up, Gravy? And then instead of doing this big wall jump over the thing,
weapons bed task dropped.
You want to ledge grab and then shoot this block out. And then you can just very quickly soft morph. Yeah. I'm excited, Gavin. What's up, Peach? Thank you. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, let's check it out. Yeah. Okay, also want to be holding dash there. I guess it's probably a control scheme thing. Like you mentioned before, but I'm holding dash this whole time because it is going to make a big difference in how quickly your jump comes up here. Holy, what's up, Gebu? Thank you for the raid. Right now we're taking a look at Lulu Kachu's PB. I'm being very mean and yelling at him for everything. I'm betting on Sweden, just for you, Merrick. Yeah, I'm brutal. Okay. I'm not gonna tell you to not do that strat in construction zone, because the down back strat is really tough. However, I am gonna say, for this door, you should try and jump high and like land right in front of the blocks, because then you could just quickly tap down, shoot down again, and then be in morph. Yeah, true, Merrick. I did some practice first just to make sure Lulu was here. Did someone tell you that? I don't know why that would be the case. Jumping high just means that you're like closer to the blocks. You could shoot the block sooner and then get in morph and under. Like, of course that does go into the down back strat like that, but this strat that you did here is only like half a second slower or something. So let me check before I switch back. I can't tell from this video, do you hold shot during, oh, let me, so what, if you're looking at my input display, I do this in Parlor as well at the end. I'm holding, Y is my shot button, and I'm holding this right now. So as soon as I press up, she just starts shooting instantly. And then you can just go, like, very quickly. I haven't timed it out. I think doing like that might be better. I kind of like doing that, but it's probably not faster. But yeah, no need to time pressing shot out of morph, because you can just hold shot, press up, and then she shoots instantly. What's up, Timon? Thanks for the good luck. Okay. And what's up, Normac? Thank you for the good luck as well. Okay, let's switch back. Do you try to do the turnaround on this missile pack? Okay, I'll talk about this because there's a lot of cool SM people here, and I want to spread the knowledge anyway. What you can do with these turnarounds is just buffer a moonwalk. So you do the turnaround, press right, and then you instantly switch to a shot and holding left. So if you're close but turn around a little too early, then you can moonwalk into it like that and get the door open fast. Like that's a perfect example where I turned around too quickly, but just barely too quickly, and then I still picked up the item like super fast by moonwalking. Yeah, Gravy. There's a setting where if you're holding shot and then press away, she like slowly walks back, which makes some weird tricks work. Yeah. If you just don't go for it, like that's fine. But it's really fast. And like I said, like that's still pretty quick, even though I'm pretty sure if you like get a good, or if you turn too early and then moonwalk and it's still like close, it's the same speed as just running straight into it. So there's kind of no reason to not go for it if you do the moonwalk back up like that. Yeah, I think most people don't do that. You'll just see them turn around and then like run back, but it's very helpful. Also, I noticed you did a very big jump for this mock ball, and it was also very early. It was like, it looked like this or something. So doing like super short mock balls is hard, but if you can get more run speed before you jump, then that would still help a lot, I think. Yeah, Gravy. This one's my game. Okay, let me look at this construction zone again. Okay, that's kind of the idea. Let's switch back. So when I do this room, I guess you don't have to get like super technical with stuff if that's not your goal, but I try to turn around and morph, and then I instantly press jump to unmorph here. I usually use up, but I turn around and then press jump twice. Oops. I'm just rusty and not doing this right. And then I try and down grab. I down grab here, especially because if you accidentally get a straight jump, then you still down grab. But usually you want to spin jump. And then for this part, it's hard, but if you can, get used to like trying to get a good ledge grab by using up to break spin. And if you're far enough to the left, then you'll hit all three of these blocks instead of just this one on this row. And so you can very quickly just press shot and then like roll to jump and get up there very fast. Oh, sorry, I missed that message. Okay. Sorry, I'm not as quick with this as I thought. It's gonna take a while. I could be wrong, but this looks like you were paused for a while. Yeah. What you want to be doing here is holding left and shot like before the elevator even gets to the top. Because I think as soon as the elevator's up there, then you can start moving. There's a variety of things you can do here. Personally, what I do is I'm holding left and shot as this comes up. And then right as Samus is like on this tile, this is when I start holding dash to not bonk the door. You can actually do it earlier. Like this. So if you look at my input display, when I'm pressing X is when I'm dashing. That's just a little thing. There are other, you can do like a stutter, up to you, but okay, yeah. Pit room is hard. I would definitely recommend trying to not land on the middle pillars and just like land on the platforms. But I know you said like pressing dash, jump, and shot at the same time is pretty rough. Let me look through that climb again. This seems pretty good. Do you hold dash when you're doing climb? Okay. So there's a couple things. You should wall jump check this door. I think in the run you did not do a wall jump check on this door, but you should. And it looked like you went for this wall jump off the platform, just holding right. I would definitely recommend doing 3 wall jumps here instead. And then if you can, holding dash, I think for ledge grab climb, it's around half a second to a second faster to hold dash as you're going through it. Getting clean ledge grabs is like really hard and just comes with time. But if you're able to like get comfortable holding dash and doing the 3 wall jumps instead of 2, you'll probably be getting like 13s and even 12s. Which is more than good enough for anybody, really. That wall jump's hard. Okay. I don't hate your approach to the room at all. There are a few things. Doing a spin jump here after killing the guy is fine if that's more comfortable for you. I like to press shot and jump at the same time and do a straight jump here because he dies really fast and you don't have to wait to do a spin jump and then just do a down grab. Killing this guy is fine, but maybe going up the left side would work well for you. Oops. I mean, you wouldn't fall, but doing a down grab would be much faster. Because like I mentioned before about her hitbox, when you're jumping, right before the ledge, you want to press down. Where's sprite features? When you press down, it makes her hitbox smaller, so you can just snap onto the ledge rather than wait for like this big hitbox to get over it. So I press jump and shot like at the same time, and then down grab to snap to this ledge. Oops. This left side strat, a lot of people do this, and it's very, I'd say it's definitely easier than doing the good right side strat. Oops, like this. If I can do it. I'm rusty. Like that. By skipping the gamer. Oops. I keep forgetting to hold dash at the bottom of the room. This is probably faster than shooting him. Right. That's fair. And it's not a bad idea. But going up the left side is probably good. I think I know like Seppi and Charles do it. I'm sure a lot of other like very good runners do this. You don't have to upshot. I think you can ledge grab and then jump around him, but just doing an up grab and shot and then spin jumping up is good. And then for the top of the room here, you jumped for your mock ball like over here, I believe. Oops. Sorry, let me get back up there. Dude, I'm so bad right now. So instead, you want to jump like here, because it just makes your jump height smaller. Like you don't have to jump as far, and you can just land sooner. I guess I didn't consider that this is also a lot harder if you're not super comfortable with short hop mock balls. So if you want to just do this, this is fine. But ideally you want to do like the tiniest jump you can before this slope, so that you're just not jumping very high. Yeah, I am washed. And also at the end here, like I mentioned in construction zone, let me get up. When I'm falling, I'm holding shot the whole time. Like by the time I'm mock ball, I'm holding shot already. And so once I land, I just tap up for a quick unmorph and hit the door as soon as I can. Oops. And then run through. That's fine. I would recommend trying to learn the not super advanced, but like good strat here. If you mess with it, I think you jump like once you're under this tile or something in the wall. It's very lenient. Although I guess you said pressing jump and shot at the same time is hard, so maybe just doing what you're doing is good. Is there any trick to quick morph? Like for mock balls? It's really just getting used to pressing jump as lightly as you can and then repressing jump instantly. Doing the 2 down presses very quickly and then rolling to the right on the second down press. It's kind of just grinding it out, really. There's nothing that makes it easier other than just doing it a ton, unfortunately. You use Moonwalk. I think you should try to do the pixel setup for BT. I'm sure you've seen it. Oh, you don't know the pixel? Okay. I use angle up and then moonwalk back. Do you see how Samus's, there's a gap between her back and the pixel right now? You just want to make it so there's no gap between like this row of pixels and Samus's back. Or you can do angle down and you want one black pixel between the row of like blue pixels and Samus's back. This is where you want to stand though. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any sort of cue for when you want to start running to leave BT's room? Also, you want to ledge grab there. Okay, that looked good. Wait, are you trying to press down twice? Okay, let me do the BT fight real quick then. I'll talk about my stuff. I don't do the BT fight super optimally, but the super optimal shit is stupid and hard. As soon as BT fades away, like you see how his ghost is like flashing right now? As soon as that goes away, I press shot twice. And then go. Once 2 shots come out. Sorry, doing it from the save state is really awkward for me. Like I said, you want to try and get a clean ledge grab here. Oops. I'm curious how it looked like you were going stationary on this wall jump. And I'm wondering what happened. Because you know that like when you're holding jump and you press down, then she just instantly morphs. I'll have to, maybe if you send me like a clip of you doing it in practice. Oops, forgot how to do this apparently. Then, yeah, that's weird. Okay, let's keep watching. That was interesting. Do you have a strat for this room, really? Or do you kind of wing it? Okay. Do you know about shooting those green pirates? So if you shoot them, then their like animation or whatever changes, and it just pushes them forward a little bit, so you get hit sooner and can build more run speed and then jump around the platform, is my understanding. Okay, for this, just reiterating with like other parts of the run, make sure you're breaking spin before you land, like there. Sorry, I missed this. Okay, this strat is fine. This is good. I would say keep doing that. This room is really hard. So if doing it that way is like consistent for you, then that's fine. Whoa, wait. Did you? Okay. So you definitely want to farm the Rio there. Resources are certainly a lot easier with kpdr. Holy cow. Then prkd. But you definitely want to farm that guy still. Yes. So, sorry, I actually forgot if you did this in your run. You can shoot this guy and make him, it like stunts him in the air so you can jump lower. It's very easy to do this compared to doing a full jump. I actually missed if you did that, so you might do that. I apologize if I did. Okay. And then for this part, you just place the bomb like on this corner somewhere as you're rolling by. And then you come back and it should almost certainly hit. And it only takes 2 bombs to kill the guy. Okay, I fucked it up because I killed him so early there. I haven't done this in a while. You can also do 1 bomb, 1 bomb, and 1 shot. Works. Some people do that. That's fine. I guess you want to place it a little before the corner. I didn't recall that. Morph as soon as you can. Arm pump. For this, I noticed you ran through here and then did a mock ball in this room. I would say you should do the mock ball here instead. You'll see a lot of people do a shot on the door and just run through. I'm pretty sure you have to stutter to not bonk this door. So what a lot of people do is a mock ball through here. Kind of like in Parlor, when you're jumping up the slope, it makes, you know, your jump length shorter. And it also cuts out having to stutter at the door. Right. I've also seen, I think Behe does it like this, which is probably like the same. But if you are not going to do that mock ball, then you should still just not mock ball at all. Doing the mock ball like here is not very good, unfortunately. Instead, you should spin jump over and then morph in the air and do your normal stuff. Your down backs or your moon falls here, or your weave. Which I don't really do this strat. I think it should look like that. I fucked up the save state, but it's okay. I noticed you missed the wall jump check on this item. Okay, how can I set this up? I would just hold left into this wall for as long as you can. Make it easy for yourself, because this wall jump check is really good. You definitely want to do this one. And hold something during the fanfare to break spin after the missile collection. What's up? I don't know who you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, okay. Let's continue. That was a pretty big jump, but otherwise it looks normal. I try to shoot. Oops. I try to shoot when I'm unmorphing here. If you're just holding angle up out of this unmorph, you can unmorph and shoot very quickly. I already have the charge beam thing open, so it's not doing it right. But you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna do a quick ledge grab there. This is fine. I imagine you meant to unmorph earlier than that. Okay. I would definitely recommend trying the why did I get to Torian? Trying the other strat here. Yeah. So you want to unmorph here, super this door as you're falling. You press down kind of early, but it's not that big of a deal. I try to press down as late as possible, because when you press down out of spin, you lose some of your speed that you're carrying. I don't know how to do this. Like make a save state while doing this quickly. I'll try. I think I'd be like here. I definitely recommend trying to do this deboost. I look at this plant that I'm standing on right now for when to turn around. Around there. You can go a little earlier. I think this is fucked up because of my position. Let me try and do the... Oh yeah. I just didn't have any run speed in my save state. I don't know how I'm gonna make the save state like this. But let's try this. Oh, this is still rude too. Whatever, you get what I'm saying. I try to turn around like in this area. I've pressed left, then press right again. I think you can get it consistent. If you have like consistent cue for when to turn and stuff, it makes it much easier to get the positioning down. And with a charge shot, it's pretty easy to tell like when you can shoot. Damn, this is annoying. I fucked it up there. But you'll just have to mess around with it. It's definitely worth it though. That's a good backup. And then for the end, there's a good deboost. You want to be holding a charge shot and try to jump low through this door because of the door transition frames. If you jump as low as possible, then you can get a perfect door, but it's kind of tough. Let me look back at your PB. Yeah, and then if you're holding down and clear it, like, you can kill the cac very quickly. Yeah, that's good. I imagine you just jumped late there. Don't do this moonfall. This moonfall actually loses time to just spinning down. Sorry if I'm coming off like blunt or mean. A lot of people do that moonfall and it just loses time. Doing like the quick fall here is kind of hard, but if you can get good at it, it's very fast, and then you want to instantly morph to try and down back. This strat is actually pretty hard, but if you're comfortable with like unmorphing and down backing and then shooting out the blocks, it's like really good. And then just spin jump down. Oops, I jumped really early. Spin jumping down should probably be easier. And like I said, it's just faster. Taking the time to moonfall just makes it not worth it, unfortunately. Unless you can do the super insane, like, weave strat. Oops. Oh, what the fuck? Why am I messing this up? Unmorph damax. Yeah. They are awkward, but I kind of just try to like get the inputs in my head. Like really, it's just up, right, down, left. Up, right, down, left. Up, right, down, left. Because you do this quite a few times throughout the run. If you use jump, I personally don't like using jump, but then it's just jump right, down, left. You can kind of roll your thumb and just hold down when you're rolling to left, and it shouldn't be bad. Unmorph, roll from right to down to left. And yeah, you do shoot as you're falling here. If I can get down here. After, like, right after you pass the second ripper, it's a very lenient window, and you just hit the door and don't have to wait at all. Scree boost is really hard. And this room is also really hard, so I'm not gonna nag you on those. Doing the particle deboost off the scree is potentially easier, in my opinion, but This one I am gonna point out though. Well, I'll just run through these rooms and show you how I do it. See if it inspires anything. Doing this, you can get the drop from the guy. Sorry, I obviously haven't played for like half a year, so I'm not great. You get his drop, you can get through the door, and you also still have a charge shot to kill this guy very quickly. However, you could do this with a missile too. Just do like a spin jump and missile him as you're falling if getting a charge shot is difficult. Missiles are kind of important at this point in the run, in my opinion, because Kraid drops, like everything here is kind of finicky, but you don't have to do this strat, but I would recommend trying to look at the 3 block, the super strat here. Oops. Okay, I'm washed. I'm very washed. Fuck. Like that was just 2 seconds faster. I don't know. I kind of hate all the other strats for this room because they make the jump harder. Like this seems hard, but the jump is easier because you have so much run speed behind it. Well, that's part of why I would recommend the charge shot for the CAC, but and farming the Rio so you can get a missile drop. I'll look back at your PB and see what you're doing in rooms, because there are probably places where you can be saving missiles. That I'll point out in a sec. But yeah, I tap down. I time tapping down to crouch like right after the door, and then just instantly roll back to right so that she stands up. So like down shot right. Oops. And then just one as you're running, and then an angle up shot. This is hard and will take time to get used to, but it's so much faster, and you get a lot of run speed for your jump, so it makes that easier. It looks harder than it is, in my opinion. Like once you just kind of get the rhythm down, it won't be bad, but maybe it is, you know. Like these are just things I'd say you should try out. If they don't work, then that totally makes sense and it's fine. But yeah, okay, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me go back. Good wall jump checking that door. I would not recommend doing the Kago like that. Okay, so in this run, assuming you did the 3 supers, you'd have 6 missiles and 1 super. So you'd still be good. You have a lot of missiles here. But let's go through these rooms. It looked like you were trying to press morph to Kago this guy, but that gives you this bounce. Like, you don't get a soft morph if you do that. Instead, you can press right to KO him, and then soft morph right after. I would say that it's not really even harder than pressing down to KO, but you just get a soft morph here. And then can roll more quickly. I mock ball after placing this bomb, but that's not really something I'd recommend. Let me look at your PB real quick, see what you did. Okay. I don't know if you know about this tech in this game. Oops. Let me get back there. If you hold L and R, then you aim up when you're crouching. This is called table jump. Yes. What's up, Sam? So when you're in morph, while I'm doing this roll through, I'm holding L and R. I also hold dash, but you don't have to do that necessarily. So as soon as I press up, she's aiming up, instead of having to press up and then press up again and hold up to shoot the door. You can just unmorph and like instantly shoot, and then get a running start into jumping into the door. Now, jumping into the door depends on what strat you want to do in the next room. I would recommend changing what you do compared to what you do now. What I find to be the easiest is doing a wall jump and then holding select and pressing. I did the wrong thing. Fuck. There we go. Yeah, you should use that as often as possible, especially right here. It's very good. Okay, yeah, there are two strats here. This one that I'm gonna suggest requires a missile, but you want to run and wall jump into the door, hold select, and then press your item button to have an auto deselect missile, and then shoot this guy. And then instantly after you shoot him, you angle down and time a shot onto this block so you just fall in. You have to press down right after you fall so that the other key hunter doesn't hit you. But like, you can get good at this very quickly. I'm sure that you could do this like very consistently once you just have it practice. It's not tricky. The only thing is doing the auto deselect missile in the door might be weird for you. I personally move my left pointer finger from L and claw it onto select just at the very start, like during this door transition, to auto deselect that. Now the next strat that is maybe even more common is you get a running start and then just break spin to jump into the door without a wall jump. This one is definitely trickier, but if you do some arm pumps and then tap this guy with a P shot, it stuns him for long enough that you can just run under and then shoot the block out like before. If you can get good at this one, you should do that, because saving the missile is pretty huge. I want to say that it's maybe like very slightly slower than the missile strat, but saving the missile is very good. It is definitely harder. I think you need to do like 4 arm pumps here, and then shoot him. It's not too precise, but it's definitely harder than the other thing. But especially if you decide to stay with the super entry into Kraid's Lair that you're doing, like just using 1, then you don't have to worry about ammo at all. You can use a lot of supers here. I think that morph was unintentional, so I just won't say anything about that. That's fine. Okay, yeah. How you used your supers here was good and optimal to save missiles, but like, you have a lot, you know? You can definitely use supers to save time, you know? Using the deboost is fine. I understand. Okay. I'm sure you're noticing the door is like totally blue here. Oh no, it's not. Now it is. So you lost a lot of frames to opening the door here. If you only have 1 super shooting mini Kraid, then it's still fine. Ideally you have 2, because mini Kraid will drop 4 supers. And so if you go down to 1 and then gain 4, then you'll have max. But if you only have 4, it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, if you can deselect, actually I'm noticing something about how you do this here. That so when I do this, right after I shoot mini Kraid, I instantly press select. I use my... You can reach over with your right thumb if that's more comfortable, or you can use your left pointer finger to claw select. Oh, I see. Okay. P-shot this, because when you're running and P-shot, you can hit the door. Right after I shoot the door, I menu back onto to supers, and then do the ledge grab. Or you can ledge grab and then super before the door. If you turn supers on before entering the room, then you don't have to worry about menuing at all, and can just do this jump and then deboost. And I feel like it's way better than trying to like press the menu button in between your jump. I guess this messed up second half of the room probably just came from messing up the deboost, but yeah, make sure that you shoot early. I'm sure you know, but the benefit of doing this like upshot morph thing is that you can shoot earlier than necessary and like cover your ass to make sure that this door is opened. Okay. So I imagine you're not going to do the lag reduction here, which is fair. However, you do actually have enough energy to do it, so I'm curious. Okay. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure shooting the rocks is not even better. I don't know. That seems odd. If anything, it's probably more laggy because you're not morphed, and so your hitbox or like your drone sprite is larger. Okay. There are a couple things to note. Farming like that is fine. Wanting to get extra resources, I can understand. I didn't learn the lag reduction here for a very long time, but I would recommend it. It's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. You want to just like press right and then up to KO these spikes. It feels pretty lenient to time. And then as soon as you do that, well, you don't even KO. Just unmorph before you like totally hit them. Just don't press up like instantly like that. Right up, kind of space it out a little bit, and then instantly morph again, and it'll pop you up into the perfect spot. Yeah. Because if you stay in morph, then you'll like land back on the platform and like get bounced around, which is not ideal. You want it to look like this. And then, oops, instantly press down twice to morph. And then it pops you up into this spot, which is really good. It costs 32 energy, so you want to have 62 energy entering the room. And then let me do this how I usually do it. Oh yeah, I should tell you when you go. I go when Kraid's eyes pop out of the ground. So like right up, down, down. Right up, down, down. As soon as his eyes pop up. That will reduce a lot of lag. It probably will save like up to a second or something. And health is not really important here, so as long as you don't go into health bomb. And then for this second part of the fight, I noticed that you did one super, you jumped one super, you jumped, did one super, then jumped again, then did one super, and the third super while you were falling. What you want to do instead is jump, super on the way up, super on the way down, and then jump again and hit the third super, so that the third super connects as you're jumping up rather than when you're falling down for the second jump. Like this. It's a very small difference, but like it doesn't make the fight any harder. It's just like kind of changing where you do the input. And it, you know, you just connect the third super a little sooner. That's fair. Also, what's up, Luke? Yeah. Notes are good. Sorry. I think, let me check how long I've been live. Okay, I've probably been doing this for like an hour and we're only 10 minutes in. So I don't think that I'll be able to finish this tonight. But hopefully being detailed is what you were hoping for. Let me check this, actually. This is probably fine. Okay. Same thing there, just floaty jump, you know, ledge grab a little sooner. You can actually jump from this pillar. Like, you can do a shot, you hold left and buffer a shot as well, and then just jump from this tile that you're standing on. But that's kind of hard, and not that much faster than just walking off, so that's whatever. Holy cow. Thank you for the hydrate, Jenny. Okay. For this set of rooms, I'm gonna recommend what I do here. It's kind of hard to get used to, but it's probably gonna save you a good bit. So let me... Oh, fuck. Gotta do this again. Oops, I shot too early because I'm rusty. So for this room, I think you probably did the shot on the ground, but this is the same thing as in Green Brinstar, where when you have run speed, your shot goes high enough to hit this. And then I have mock ball on this platform and unmorph right here. So you unmorph right here and then do a gap skip, and then you're gonna want to jump and ledge grab onto this platform. Oops, I can't do it, not in motion, but once you do that, you can shoot here and then deboost. And doing so, you get the door open. Dude, why am I messing up? Holy cow. And land on this ledge, rather than landing like here and then opening the door, you know? This sequence of inputs is like kind of hard, and I'm messing up a lot right now. But when I'm well practiced, the strat feels very good and consistent. Dude, well, you can probably also break spin with shot, but that doesn't feel comfortable for me. Dude, why am I fucking up so much? Okay. Yeah, doing gap skip here. If you want to do the deboost like that, that's fine. But getting good at the strat is really fast and worth, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not showing a great display of consistency right now, but I promise I'm actually, like, it's very good. And you can make it consistent. Okay. The mock ball into the... Doing the mock ball into this room is really hard. So I'd probably save that for later. But I'll just show you, like, what I'm thinking when I do this room. Up grab and shot here, of course. And then right after I wall jump, yes. Right after wall jumping, I look at Samus and also just have a feel for like when you want to press shot. And then you can get a shot to just glide across the ground. See, right now I'm shooting a little bit too early, so I'm hitting the wall. But right there, it just glides across the floor and hits the door. So if you do that, then you can really focus on your position and your jump, and it makes it easier to get the mock ball. This shot is kind of hard to get consistent at, but it'll definitely make it gets easier with time, and you can mock ball, or you can skip it and just like get a jump into the door anyway, and it's good. So then I do a shot down grab. And if you were to mock ball, I jump around here, like under this plant, kind of like make a path between these two plants. But like I said, the mock ball is really hard, and getting a good feel for it is pretty ass, but it is very good. And then if you miss this shot, there's actually a backup. Oops. Where you do an angled down shot. You like release jump and then do an angled down shot like that. Of course, I hit the initial shot just from muscle memory, but even if you don't go for the mock ball, just getting a jump through the door would still be better than... Oops. Fuck. I can't do a ledge grab here. It's breaking my brain. Then just like running and then waiting for the door to open and stuff. I'm glad to hear it. I would love to be able to like just help and answer questions and shit. Cause I love this route. Cause yeah, getting the mock ball here is like really fucking hard. Like I've been repeating, and I should just move on instead of going over the same thing so much, and that's why I'm taking so long. But yeah, then doing this and then getting a sophomore here will be very good. Let's see what you did here. Okay. There are faster strats, but this room honestly sucks. So just doing that is probably the best. Okay, that looked good. There is one little thing I would like to mention. Oops. Oh, it's too early. So how I do this room is angled up. You come in angled up and shoot the thing as you're going down. And you can like actually, you jump, right? Maybe you have to ledge grab first. I think you do. Yeah. You ledge grab here and then swing around. But you can get like oscillator scammed and it's really annoying. And then you land here and kill them, and it's very good. Or you can, if you're out of missiles, then you can lay a bomb. Because wasting a super on these guys is annoying. So that kills them really fast. This strat is really difficult, and what you were doing is good. Or you can like do this, I guess. I don't know. If you don't have missiles. But the reason why I actually came here is I wanted to show you the next room. What you did here, landing in this spot and then jumping, this is good. This is what you want. However, You can farm this guy for free. You'll almost always get a missile, or if you're short a super, then you could get a super. So this can just help your ammo. I don't know if it would be easy for you with how you mentioned the shot and jump thing, but yeah, just 2 angle shots and you get a free drop. Did you stop here? Okay, yeah. You want to just hold left this whole time. You don't need to stop for run speed. Because when you don't have speed booster, I believe you get max run speed in 6 tiles. So you can just hold left there. But good mock ball. Wait. It takes your finger? Do you select the select button to switch items? Oh. Okay, well, I'm kind of confused, but we'll move on. Okay. It's Y. Okay. Well, yeah, just make sure that you're running while you're switching items there. So here you want to just morph down to this spot. Once you hit this platform, you want to do a soft on morph, and then you can just do a little spin jump down. And it's very good. This is not optimal, but it's like 10 frames slower or something, and like 10 billion times easier than the down back here. If I can try and show that off. Oops. Like that. You can just tap up and then do a little spin jump. If you can, make sure that you're angle down shotting this door as you're falling, because then you just don't really need to wait at all by the time you land. Also, for the next room, I hold shot. After I do the super shot and I'm still falling, I tap select as I'm falling. So it looks like shot select. So that I start charging instantly, and I'll have a charge shot to kill the guy in the next room. You don't have to do this like crazy thing that people do where you quick turn through the block and then kill him and then morph. It's really hard, but just having the charge shot ready to kill him and then turn around. I don't know if you get these missiles here. I'll have to look right now. But yeah, doing it that way, just make sure that you get a charge shot early enough every time. Usually kill him and get the missiles. Okay. So yeah, I'd say just try to fall down. Get that. For this next part of the room, what I do here is, as I'm holding left, I'm holding up, angle up the whole time. I'm holding R. And so like, as soon as you get out and have clearance, like right on this tile, is when I try to shoot the door. Let me do it in motion. So I continue holding left, but I roll to like up left here so that I'm moving and shoot at the same time. Oops, I morphed a little early. And then you can instantly spin jump after doing that shot. Oops. The only problem is sometimes you'll unmorph a little early, but you'll get used to that. And you can unmorph pretty late, I think. I'll still hit it. Oops. I'm just not jumping high enough. But you get the idea. Ah. This jump is actually very awkward. Of course I'm also rusty, but it's a weird jump height to get like a clean ledge grab here. And then this room seems really hard. Like, doing that shot sucks. Just standing on the ground sucks. But what you can do is that it looks hard, but it is not. You get a little run speed, jump, and then just let go of forward. So right now I'm just holding jump and angle up. And as you're going up, you can shoot the top block and then aim down and shoot the lower block. And it's actually like fairly simple compared to like trying to hit this stupid straight shot to hit both of them is like super awkward. This strat still might be hard because again, you have to press shot as you're holding jump. But if you were to walk into the room holding angle up and then just instantly tap shot and then do that, like this is fine as well. But if you can, I would recommend trying to do this angle up and then down shot. And then after you do your shots, you want to hold down so that Samus like carries her momentum. Yeah, if you do one shot on the ground and that's still good, and then shoot this other guy in the air. But yeah, hold down to carry your momentum and then switch to holding L or just angle down to do a shot on the high jump boots. And just run into that. And then I guess you get the missiles, so doing the exit for this room should be easy. You would just jump over and then jump through the door or whatever. I don't know like what is good for getting these missiles exactly, but you know, something like that. It's fine. Right there, buddy. Okay, let's look at your run now. Let me check what you did here exactly. Okay, yeah. Like, that's fine. That's good. But if you can try the other thing, that would be pretty quick. Okay. Just in case you're in that situation again, let me show you what you should do. Or for anyone else watching, to explain how this room works, because it seems hard, but you could actually make it pretty easy. Hold down to like clear the door or whatever. What I do here is actually, let me, yeah. Do I do like that? You could do a buffer jump here I don't personally. So like if you held jump or unmorph with jump. But the main thing is if you press right into a wall, like I'm on my input display, I'm crouching. I'm not actually walking at all, but pressing right is still making Samus stand up. So what you can do is just keep holding right, click to upright rather, and she'll just stand up anyway. And then you can instantly hit left and then jump to spin jump. And from there, you just want to place a bomb to kill this guy. It's not bad. You have to get used to the timing, but it's not difficult. Or alternatively, you can just shoot up twice and that'll kill him. I've seen people do some jank stuff here, like a pseudo screw or something, or just like jumping up to kill a guy. But if you just wait a second and then do 2 shots up, then he'll die. Then you want to hit this bomb block. Get out. Okay. Holy cow. You see that door transition there? I imagine that was not intentional. This strat that you did here is not bad. Like this run through the door. This is not a bad strat. I would you are definitely good enough to try the other strat where you jump through this door here. And then you want to wall jump off of this first platform. Oops. Okay, let me actually try. Wall jump, ledge grab. Oops. My jump height is awkward. And then wall jump, ledge grab. You could definitely do this. You kind of have to adjust how long you're holding jump depending on your jump height, but it's not so bad. And then for this door, let me just kill this guy and get him out of the way. Fuck. What you want to do here is when you shoot, you jump up and shoot, and then you aim down, and you like jackhammer the ground. That's what I've heard people say. That like moves the camera and will make the door a lot better. I jumped pretty high. You also want to jump as low as you can through this door. So the way that you like jump through the top makes this door very rough. If you like quickly do this hold down into the ground and a low jump, you can still be very fast through the room and like get a pretty good door. Getting a perfect door is rough, but like that was pretty good. As long as you can get a jump that will clear and fall through this platform in the beginning of this room, then it's fine. But if you can like do a light jump as late as possible, then that would be ideal. Just get back up there and do it all in motion. Oops, a little spin break again. That was odd. Also, if you can angle that bomb, then that's really fast. This room was slow because my wall jump was bad, but yeah. Getting used to doing this, like, this motion of letting Samus land in the aim down is awkward, but it'll make the store a lot better, so it's worth trying. I'm not sure why I'm straight jumping so much. And then, well, let me look at what you do actually before explaining things. Okay, that was of course not ideal. With your resources here, you have 6 missiles. You don't really need that many missiles. You should totally just shoot them a bunch. So this is what I do. I do auto deselect missile, P-shot, missile. Of course, they're like jumping right now, so I can't hit them. But this strat, like, it's kind of hard. It's kind of awkward to hold select and stuff. So what I'd say is just P-shot, missile is probably easiest. This is what I did for a long time. And if they were doing low jumps, then it would kill them. Shot, missile. Or if you wanted to, like, you had a lot of missiles, you could just do 2 missiles per. And then do a shot down grab here if you can. Yeah. Okay. I'm not like trying to point out your mistakes or like make fun of you or whatever, but I just think it's interesting to like note how you tried to down grab here. I think tried to do a shot down grab, but the down input just came out really late. And so in the previous room, I was talking about how you like jackhammer the door or the camera to make the door better. But in this case, it actually made it a lot worse. I just think that's like interesting. So for this room, this jump right here, you want to be aiming down and shrinking your hitbox so that you have better chance of clearing this pillar and not bonking up at the top. But otherwise, this is good. Yeah, what's up, Swiles? I'm actually watching Super Metroid. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's look at these. This is definitely... You could speed this up. I believe in you. But if you feel like you need to moonwalk into this door to make this jump consistent, then I'm not gonna hate on it. However, I'll show you what I would recommend. So when I do the shot to open this door, I keep charging the shot. I do a different strat, but it would apply for the pseudo screw as well. So you could just have a charge shot ready like way sooner and then get up there. Oops. Let's see if I can do my strat. I haven't practiced this in a long time. The cack snipe is really good, but it's hard. Pseudo screw is good. I'd say if you want to, I think what messed me up and messes a lot of people up with this is that when you don't do like this moonwalk, you end up like way further right than you intend to, so you don't get very much run speed. But what I would recommend is just tap right. You know how when you're spin jumping, if you just tap the other direction, you will go like even and stop moving entirely. That's what I try to do here. Just tap right, get all the way up against the wall, and then just tap right. So you get as much, as far to the left as you can. And then break spin and do your jump. Bottle mountain is really annoying, and if doing the moonwalk is what works for you, then I understand. However, I would actually recommend how like I was saying, enter the room with a charge shot anyway, because if you're gonna moonwalk in here, then you might as well hit this guy and farm his drop before you do the moonwalk. Like that. And then you can maybe missile this waiver that you bonked in your PB to get his drop as well. Oops. Yeah, I fucked up, but you see what I'm saying. Obviously I fucked it up there, but yeah, getting more drops is always good. 'Cause I don't think you got this drop right. Yeah. Because your missiles aren't very important at this point, so if you use one to kill that waiver, like you could get an extra super out of that. And then if you got both supers from those guys, you'd be cooking. You wouldn't even really need to farm here. You know what I mean? This is good. However, actually, let's watch the rest of this room and then I'll talk about it. Okay, there are a few things here. So I personally am a fan of that strat where you crouch. Can you? Okay, you do have to. You should gap skip here between these platforms and then do a spin jump and a wall jump, in my opinion. That is what I would recommend for you. You can wait out the shot here. You should wait out the shot, the scree particle here, because you're not deboosting in. When you deboost into this room, you can actually like slip by them. But if you want to just wait for a second and then gap skip, then this is the movement you should probably do. Do a spin jump and a wall jump there. And then if you get like a good ledge grab, you can shoot these bugs like instantly. And that would be really good. Oops, I keep forgetting I have to wait. But yeah, the wall jump is actually like more lenient than it seems. With it being a one tile gap, it's actually very easy to be in the wall jump position. And then I just land on these drops. Ledge grab here, do a gap skip, and then also jump through this door. You're gonna save a lot of door transition frames if you jump through the top of this door like that, compared to how it is here. You just ran through. Do you have a visual cue for this spot? Because missiling this door, people don't missile this door enough, actually. Missiling this door is like really fucking good. It only loses like 10 frames or something. So what I look for when I open this door is I look at these spikes in the ceiling. So this is the first set of spikes, this is the second set of spikes, and then this is the third. When I'm missiling, I start shooting when I'm like in the third set of spikes. And then just do a quick stutter. Oops, I shot a little early. And it's only like 10 frames slower or something compared to using a super. Missiles are not that important here. So if you can save your supers, it's almost just always better, in my opinion. Even if I have 2 supers here, I'm of course very aggressive with my ammo. But even I don't use supers on this door, like almost ever, unless I get super loaded. So yeah, 1, 2, and then in the middle of 3. Or you could also look at this block, these crumble blocks when you start running on the crumbles. Yeah, just doing 5 missiles there is very good. Okay. This strat is a bit harder, but I would recommend that you try it anyway. If you jump through this door, just like on the other side, it saves a lot on the door transition, and then you can just shoot these guys as you're flying over. Timing this shot, you'll definitely have to practice it to get this shot, but if you miss it, then you can just quickly angle down shot from the other side, and it's probably still better. Because you save a lot on the door transition there. It's not too bad. It's probably like a 3 or 4 frame window or something, to be honest. And then I just ledge grab in the same spot. As I ledge grab, I press shot and try to do the deboost. Again, like if stuff doesn't work for you, then that's totally fine. But I think you're good enough to start trying to do harder things. This room, you want to jump off that platform to here. Just a tiny spin jump. This is a little frame saver. Okay. I don't hate this. I would say instead of doing this, you could do a down back and just get a little further left and shoot the guy as you're going down. Oh, do you mean for the other room? Yeah. I guess you could probably spin jump here. Maybe that would be good too. And then a down shot instead. Yeah. I noticed you said earlier that you always try to leave with 3 supers, which is good. However, like, if you don't have 3 supers, then you can just missile this door. Oops. Oops. Okay, is the ad over? Ah, very laggy. Yeah, no problem. Oh, wait, I can... Oh no, I was talking about missiling, yeah. I would say if you only have like 2 supers or something, don't stress too much about it, about like farming extra, because you can just use missiles on this door very quickly. Like as you're jumping across here, using more missiles and shit. Because missiling this door is faster than doing extra farms. Okay, this is good. I don't know if you have a visual cue for the shot to hit the gate here. I'll just show you what I do real quick. I aim to get the shot like lined up with the tip of this stalactite here, this one. And then that'll hit the gate. Ah. My movement is very bad, but the way that you backed it up, oops, just doing a, I don't have so much speed. Backing it up by just doing like an angle up shot jump is good, so. What you did there was good. Alright, that's just a miss wall jump, that's fine. I would say try to do shot down grab there as well. Like in pre-cathedral. Okay, that was interesting. Do you bad info? Okay. I would say don't do this moonwalk. Let me just skip to that. So even if I start running like here, okay, that didn't quite work. But you can unmorph pretty late and still get there. You can just jump later. Like if you're here, if you just tap right, you jump late and then tap right when you're flying up, then you'll still make it up. Notice how I'm like flicking right to keep my momentum upwards. That time I ran too far, but or something that I saw other players do is run to the second one, and then you just have so much speed that you don't even need to wall jump. Well, I guess maybe sometimes you do, but I don't know. I haven't done this. I wouldn't recommend doing that either. But something to note, if you don't get enough speed, then you can do a wall jump off of this guy. It's kind of hard, but if you do like a delayed wall jump off of this guy, then you can wall jump off of the little elevator. I'm doing it wrong because I'm not used to trying to do it. I'm not showcasing it very well right now, but I've done this many times. I think maybe the little guys are on a different path or something because I had set up a save state. But this definitely works, I swear. I can't wall jump either. What the fuck? What is happening to me? Or if you fall down here, then you can do a wall jump off of this wall. And wall jump off the guy. Like, right above the door, I guess. This one I do a lot. Why can't I do this? Wall jump. Fuck. I guess just like top of the door. So yeah. Don't be scared of this jump, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, we're gonna change that strat for sure. When I enter this room, during the door transition, I'm holding down and left on the D-pad. And that just makes the gap skip really nice. You just roll fully down and then back to left. Or you're down, left, down, and then left. Down, left. You kind of just like take the pressure off with your thumb and then move it around a little bit. You know what I mean? And it makes the gap skip really nice. And then you just do an upshot when you're jumping. You kind of just jump towards the left wall, and the wave beam will move over and hit this door. It's not very precise. And you can just run through. If that's hard because of your control scheme, then you can just missile. I've definitely seen people do this, or maybe charging a shot. I don't know how that one works exactly, but getting under the guy quick enough. Oh yeah, like if you do a big jump. Well, if you do a really big jump, then I could see that. But I would definitely say to practice that. And then, oh yeah, I haven't checked what you do yet, but I will say most people don't do this. I haven't seen anyone else do this actually. I charge a shot here and then just spin jump instead of trying to do the upshots or whatever on this guy. Like doing the angle upshot is really awkward and can go pretty poorly. But I just ledge grab and the charge shot will hit him. Then as you're jumping over, or if you do a moonfall here, you pick up the drop. I think this is way easier. Because you're in spin, so your hitbox is smaller. Let me look at this. Okay. You could do this angle down shot as you're falling. Yeah. I would say try and do a... Well, I guess you can't if you're doing missiles, but... Try and angle down shot this so as you're falling there. It wouldn't really make that much of a difference, but... Holy cow. Is that normal for you to jump over the save station? Bonk the door. Yeah. So even if you bonk the door, oops. Yeah, getting good at this door shot is definitely a feeling. I don't know of any like really good visual cues. I'll try and bonk. So yeah, but even if you bonk this door, you can just run in to the save station and then jump across. You'll still have enough speed to just get through here, so no need to jump over. And if you're ever not sure, then you can just aim down to make sure that your hitbox is smaller and you clear the gap. And then yes, make sure that you let go of everything so this pops up. Like for climb, as I mentioned earlier, you want to wall jump check this door like that. And then, hello Beefy. The strat here is like on level with this platform, you want to do a wall jump. And then after that, you can wall jump off of this platform right here and farm both of these guys pretty quickly and reliably. I kind of run a little further left than necessary, and then I turn back around and do a spin jump to make sure that I get the second guy's drop. That was a bit extreme, but you get what I mean. Like just slowing down a little bit to make sure that the drop is actually collectible. And then you're gonna want to ledge grab here, here, and here. And if your ammo is like really hurting, then you do the same thing, but do a second shot after killing this second guy, and it will hit the top. So, oops. And you can, I don't know exactly how you'd want to do that movement, honestly, but you can get 3 drops. If the wall jumps are hard, then you could also do like what's like the strat for backtracking Tutorial, where you jump up here and ledge grab this. I don't know how you'd get as many farms out of it efficiently, but if you're making sure that your ammo and stuff is good at speed bugs anyway, then that's probably fine. Doing the 2 farm is like the pretty standard strat, I would say. Okay. I'll be right back because I have to go to the bathroom, but then I'll continue. Let's continue on. Let's check out this Alpha Spark. Assuming you go for that. Okay. He did Alpha Spark. Okay. I'm not sure. It looks like you didn't dash. I imagine you did a tap in this room that I'm in. I'll just explain how I go about doing Alpha Spark. So, like with before Pit Room Revisit, you want to hold left and shot here, and then do a tap for a short charge, and then I think I just start holding, yeah. Just start holding run. Not through the door transition, but like right after I start holding dash. And then you want to store your spark like as soon as you can. I think in your PB, you're like over here or something. I try to get as much run speed as possible into this next room and like store the spark in the first half. Yeah, so I try to do like 1 tap for a short charge in the first room, and then start holding a little bit after the door transition should give you the second tap and onward. Yeah, you want to have a shot held before this door, am I right? And let go of that during the door transition, and then right after you store your spark, start charging another shot and have a shot ready, so when you go through this door, it just automatically shoots the cac once. Then you'll do your jump, and during this jump I do another angle down shot, so I kill the cac like before I even land and get the shot out onto the door like super early. And then from there, you want to do a crouching shine spark. So you'll crouch on the super, press jump, and then do the shine spark. Oops. Sorry, I haven't done this for a while. Yes. Doing a crouching spark does actually put you higher than just doing a standing spark. I guess it has to do with like how crouch jumps go higher. I don't know why that's the case actually. So I try to crouch on like the left side of the super, where like the super drop would be. The range is pretty large, but then you want to do a crouch spark. So you just press jump and then left. So when you do a crouch spark like that, you never run the risk of bonking on top of this door frame over here, but you still get like good height. And then for this door, I hold down and shot, and then just tap right during the down to do a down back. And that just slightly pops me up onto the door frame instead of like landing and then jumping and then doing spin jump. Because you want to enter this next room with the wall jump check. You can also just aim down and then time tapping left to make this work. But I'm not very good at that, so I do the down back. Well, maybe it's actually kind of free now that I'm looking at it. Once Samus is like almost down at the bottom of the door frame, you just press left. And then do a spin jump into the door. Oops. Let's go over not doing Alpha Spark. So right now, while you're getting Kraid tank, I would say that you should do Alpha Spark for sure. However, at some point, if you drop Kraid tank, then you'll want to do reverse scree boost. And when you do that, you want to ledge grab here and then enter this room with a shot being held and angle up. And just like in case you mess up Alpha Spark or something. So this scree will instantly die and you just hold left entering this room, and as soon as you land you jump, and then you don't want to swing right until like you're pretty high in the jump here. It's kind of awkward, but like it's very consistent timing and everything, so it's just something you practice. Let's check out Red Tower. Okay. Doing the hero shot at the top is good. I'd personally like to do that differently. That hero shot at the top. Oops, what the fuck? Let's do this again. Why am I bad? I shouldn't have gone all the way. I made a save state. My movement sucks right now. But when you do this hero shot, you don't have to wall jump. When you did it, you like wall jumped here. You can just get a little bit of run speed and then just do 2 wall jumps. And I feel like that simplifies things a lot. It makes your inputs a lot less, or just a lot more forgiving and lenient, because you're doing 1 less wall jump, and it's really easy to time this first wall jump. If you were probably not getting any run speed. You don't want to like press left and jump at the same time, because like that didn't work. But I'm just pressing left a little bit before, and you can run for quite a while actually. Like, let's see if I can get this just to work. Yeah. A super small run speed is enough, but you can also get a lot of run speed. Like that will still work. And then I just wall jump on this. Once Samus like falls back down onto this vine or whatever bush right there and then there. I find that to be a lot easier. No, I play on Super Nintendo. This is an original console. Okay. Hellway is hard as fuck. But important. And I think that you could do a different strat here. If you're gonna stop, instead of jumping across, stopping, like, I get that it's really hard, but you could just stop and then run right a little bit, or even just go all the way to the right of this platform instead of jumping to the next one. Oops. I mean, I don't really know how to do this stopping. It's weird, honestly. I think you're definitely good enough to just go for this. My best tip would be, you can hold right for a lot longer than you think before you switch back to left. I'm doing this differently than I normally do, so it feels kind of weird, but the main thing is, do you know the difference between like different deboosts? Like, do you notice how this deboost, Samus is not arcing compared to this one? At the very start, there's like the knockback, and then the deboost. Yeah, so if you're neutral when you start a deboost, then you get like, you don't get the like the knockback animation. I don't know how to describe this well in like a meaningful way. Yeah, it is if you're holding the direction or not. However, if you get the neutral deboost, then it's way easier to clear the path. Something that might be happening to you is you're holding left for too long, and then that causes the deboost to like get delayed into the knockback animation, and so you would end up not going as far. So what I try to do is I hold shot here. How do I do it actually? Yeah, so I don't hold shot entering the room, but once I enter the door is when I start holding shot. And that will kill this first guy. And it also buffers a shot for after the deboost to kill the second guy. So then I get 2 farms and it's faster to do a gap skip rather than like jumping over one of them. The strat is kind of hard, but you could definitely do it. Oops. The problem with the knockback deboost is if you get the knockback deboost and still do like a really good deboost, then as you've seen, I can get like stuck in the top vial plume, and that sucks ass. But yeah, I would recommend messing with the shots, because if you can farm both of these guys, then it makes like a huge difference, honestly. I'm not sure why it feels so weird right now. But yeah, either way, I would definitely recommend trying to do a deboost from the start rather than jumping to the next platform. Let me just... And also, instead of deboosting on these spikes, you want to deboost off the right side of this vial plume. And also hold shot during your deboost, so that, like, hold shot right now. As soon as you land, a shot will come out automatically and open the door, and you won't bonk it. So you don't have to do that little stutter that you did there. Okay, let's just watch the rest of this room. Okay. A couple things. I noticed that you stopped here to shoot these blocks. In Hellway, when you do that hold shot thing to just automatically shoot the door, just keep holding shot through the rest of the room. So you want to enter this room with a shot held and angle down held. So when you come out, it just automatically shoots this top block, and then you just do a down shot to clear these. And then, like you did, you can just do a spin jump down. When you do this spin jump down, you don't need to like go down there and correct your position or anything. You can kind of just shoot and then hold left. Oops. So that'll probably give you a more consistent run speed anyway than trying to set up. Good deboost. Okay, good. I'm glad you know about that. Okay, just using a power bomb to kill those guys is fine. Those are supposed to be better ledge grabs, yeah. That's fine. Thank you, Sephi. I'm glad you know about this jump with the speed thing. Let me look at your PB real quick. Okay, yeah, you menued power bombs. Something you can do here that I find helpful is doing a charge shot at the bottom of the room, or just hitting shot before pressing jump, so that a buffered shot automatically comes out when I press up. Because I don't know if this happens to you, but the problem I had with this room for a long time was that I would press up and then instantly press shot, and sometimes I would get an angled up shot if I was trying to go too fast or something like that, you know? So now I like to shoot, then press jump. And go through the room like normal. You can do the power bomb strat you did here on the CAC. That's fine, and the rest of the room looked good. Let's switch back to the PB review. Yeah, I hope your stream went well, Oats. Dub. Okay. Huh. That was not what I was expecting. Doing that double farm there is not bad. However, you can do something a little bit differently. Yeah. To make it even faster. What's up, Madden? So when you do this, oh, I did it wrong. I don't remember how you do this. Or did I? What the fuck? Do you crouch jump? I guess so. Okay. When you're falling down here, you can do an upshot as you land and then run with it. And that should work out a lot better. Oh, he's fucking gone. God damn it. Well, you can look back at the VOD. Doing an upshot here and following it is not very difficult. As long as you don't totally whiff on your movement, then this should be fine. Like that. Don't do that. I haven't done this strat in a long time. But doing the normal pseudo screw farm is really good. I'd probably recommend that. I hold shot out of placing the power bomb so that I have a pseudo screw here. Oops. I actually washed. I haven't been playing this game. And then I down grab on this platform and spin jump through the guy. This is like really fast for that one farm. Because you have to place a power bomb here anyway. Let's look at the rest of the room. Okay, so you went really far to the right for the power bomb here. You can place the power bomb like even this far, I think. This might not work, but yeah, that still works. Something you can do is look at this wall right here and place a power bomb like in line with that. Will always work, instead of, you know, going all the way over here. That's fine. Setting up ocean fly and stuff is really annoying, so I think doing it that way is okay. I would recommend not stopping here. I know that doing short charges through doors like this is really awkward, but oh shit. Oops. Let me get over there. Okay. I'm washed up. I could just normal thing. Just walking through the door and then using visual cues for where your taps are would be a lot better than stopping like that. I think it's like, and like on this slope. That would be a lot better than stopping after the door. Sorry, I totally forgot where you're supposed to tap for that, because I usually don't use visual cues for charging. Oops. Okay. Again, just not breaking spin anywhere would be a good thing to work on. Like earlier in this room. But also in this room. Let me turn this shit off. That's not good. Instead of just mashing shots and hoping it hits, you see this like second set of bugs right here? When Samus runs over them, you can just tap shot and it will always work. Or you do a charge shot or something. And then on the final set of bugs, I jump through the door. Let me double check what strat you do here. Yeah. The angle down shot onto this block here is kind of hard, but it's definitely worth working on. This block being in the way is like really annoying. I don't know if it's worth running back like this to mock ball. The short charge speedball is like kind of tough, so I don't know if I would recommend that, but yeah, it's probably worth to just run right and then bounce on the robot. I don't know, maybe you could do the short charge, right? You can do short charges. I believe in you. This is how I do the room. It's really just this angle down shot that matters. Making this connect with the bottom block is kind of tough. And then you want to try and do a down back and down shot so you can soft morph here. I'm not trying to do that. Angle down shot at the start. I just want down shot, angle down, down. Oops. There are a lot of ways you can do this. Some people like to run far back and then do like 2 taps. I personally don't like that because once you get blue, you have like a lot of speed and you have to do a kind of precise like small jump over the robot, but not so high that you are hitting this wall, which is tough because you have so much speed. So personally, I do a stutter 3 tap here so that I'm really slow, and it makes getting this speedball very lenient. I think optimally you would do the 2 tap, but it's probably like barely faster. And I think it just makes the jump so much harder. Oops. Oops. Dude, I'm so rusty. What the fuck? Holy shit. I'm sorry, Lulu, that I like cannot play the video game anymore. How am I not short charging? Oh my god. I'm actually losing my mind. I'm fucking up my second tap like every time. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're very similar in speed. Oh, you can't do stutters? Oops. I should have looked at chat. Well, honestly, the 2 tap is a lot easier than I remembered it being. I haven't tried it in a long time. But yeah, I don't know. If you want to try that, I think it would be good. Nice pop tune. I probably shouldn't get super into fan tune stuff because I'm already taking way too long in being dumb. That's unfortunate. I mean, it seems like you know pretty well where all of the eye opens are. Which is the most important thing. I think it was good how you adjusted for the flame being in the way when you're doing the X Factor. Let me look at this again. Okay, that's interesting. Honestly, I'm really fucking tired and have to work very early tomorrow, but I will go over this room here. Probably stop after that and then go over more stuff at a later time. I guess this is my best spot. So with this door, you'll see a lot of people straight jump through this. That's because this door is like extremely broken. If you go through the left side, then it's really bad. And also, for this room in particular, you want an angle shot while you're rising. So I usually straight jump with angle held, and I want to end up in a position like this in the right side of the door. The shot is kind of particular, but if you're like slightly over the platform and shoot, then you'll clear out the right side of these blocks. And once you clear out the right side of these blocks, you can do an angle shot at the top. Oops. You want to like bonk your head and then do a shot, and it'll clear out this top one. And then as soon as you land in the same spot, you do a shot here, and it'll clear out all of these blocks. So you can just make like a morph tunnel and get through, and it also opens the door. So this is really fast and easy to do. Oops. And also, if it's kind of hard, but if you don't clear the top right block here like this, you can do an upshot as you're running. Let me try and go that. Oops. You have to be like fairly far to the right because of wave beam jank, but like that you can do to back it up. Or you can just stand like on the right side and do a wave shot. Hello, Raison. It's interesting. Sometimes I move very well, and then other times I'm very washed. But it makes sense because I haven't really played since January. But yeah. Doing these shots is like definitely just the best thing here.